Let's talk about how we can prep our tumblers 3 different ways. Prepping your tumbler is so important. In fact, it's the most important step. When you're doing any sort of artwork, painting, you need to prep your surface. Stainless steel tumblers come with a factory coating that allows them to be water resistant, right? They're supposed to be used as is. We are taking them and trying to decorate them and make them really pretty. So we have to remove that factory coating, and there are 3 ways to do it. The first way will be to sand using 220 grit or less sandpaper. When you first get your tumbler and run it under water, the water will bead up. This means it has not been sanded or not been sanded enough. After you sand your tumbler, you will see that the water sheets off and there's no more beading up. So you have 2 different things here. This one is fully sanded. So when you're sanding your tumbler, you need to make sure you do it long enough so the water starts sheeting. Pay close attention to the top edge and the bottom edge, but specifically the top edge is the most likely place that people miss their prep. So sand it. Keep sanding it until when you run it underwater, the water starts sheeting. Once you get to that point, you can wash with Dawn dish soap. Just make sure you get any of that yucky residue off. Rinse it really well so there's no soap left. Dry it immediately with a paper towel, and then you are ready to move on in the process. The second method is to use the Shellac Spray. Now this one is nice because if you have any physical limitations when it comes to sanding, you can use the Shellac Spray, but it's important that you use it properly. The only limitation to this one is that it has to be done outside, and if you live anywhere where the weather is temperamental like I do, it's hard to get this one done, but it is quick. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your tumbler and you're going to just spray 3 light coats of the Shellac Spray 30 minutes apart. And after that last coat, just wait a couple hours, like 3 hours, and then you'll be ready for your base coat. The third method is to use crud cutter. Now, this is a substance that is designed to take off that factory coating and prep metal for whatever project that you're doing. I would highly suggest that you look at the SDS sheet. There's some ingredients that are a little questionable, so if you can do it outside or in a well-ventilated space, that would be best. But it is so easy to use, and it's a matter of minutes before your tumbler is ready to use. So what you're gonna do is you mix 1 part of the crud cutter to 3 parts water, and you just brush it on your tumbler. I use a foam brush, and then you're gonna let it sit for 10 minutes. You wanna put it somewhere because it will drip down a little bit, protect your countertops or protect whatever surface you're leaving your cups on, and let them hang for about 10 minutes. And then you can wash off the crud cutter. I just used the Dawn dish soap and water. Then your cup is ready for its base coat. So prepping includes both prepping your tumbler and base coating your tumbler, and it's very, very important that you put down a base coat so you can ensure that your cup lasts a very long time without any issues like rust or something gross. So your base coat is equally as important as your prep. So you're going to choose one of those methods to prep your cup, and then you're going to add your base coat. You have 5 options when you're doing a CrystaLac tumbler. The first option for a base coat is universal white. In my opinion, it's one of the best because it is a really good primer with really good bonding agents, and it will help with things like rust and ensure a long-lasting cup. You can also mix in the pigments to your universal white to create custom colors. The second option is to use the Flippin' Awesome paints. Now these are already pre-colored. You just buy them and you can put a couple coats on your tumbler and it's ready for the next step. The next option is to use spray paint. Now you can do spray paint as long as you let it dry for 48 hours. It's really important that you let it do that full drying time to ensure a long-lasting cut. The next 2 options are to use Bright Tone or to use one of the colored glosses. They come in a variety of different colors: red, blue, yellow, white, and you can use those as a base. Now I do think that those look really pretty on their own, but also do very well over a base coat of white or gray or even something darker. So once your base coat is fully dry, you are ready to add your glitter or whatever design that you want. If you need to know how to add glitter to your tumbler, join me in the next video.